This is a buyer-broker agreement, also known as a buyer representation agreement. This is what protects a buyer's agent if they're going to go out and look for properties and go show a bunch of properties. This ensures that the buyer is going to work with that agent doing all this legwork to find a property. So the buyer is going to put their name here. You're going to put the brokerage name that you work for. So if you're a buyer's agent, you'll put your brokerage name here. And then you put how much you should be paid. Now, keep in mind that whatever amount you put here, and you can reassure the buyer with this message as well, but the amount paid by the listing brokerage, the commission that you earn paid by the listing brokerage, that's deducted from whatever the buyer is going to pay you here. So if you're going to put, let's say, 2.5% of the sales price, and then you earn 2.5% on the MLS, the buyers owe you nothing because it cancels itself out. The point is that you're protecting yourself to make sure that you're paid, especially if they try to go around you or strike a deal with the listing agent behind your back, or this deal expires, this form expires, and they try to move forward on a property you showed to them. It's all about protecting you, the buyer's agent. You'll put the representation period here. It must end at a certain time. You must put a definitive termination date. And there's going to be verbiage here that you can show the buyer that says that the compensation's due only if you complete a purchase. And also that the listing amount or the listing commission offered on the MLS, or however it's offered by the listing brokerage, that's credited toward whatever the buyer owes you as a fee for being a buyer's agent. So in an ideal situation, the buyer pays you nothing, but this protects you the entire time while you're running around showing homes. That's the ideal scenario, that the listing agent's commission offered to you, that is what you're compensated for, and it cancels out whatever the buyer's agreeing to pay you here. There's a nice little provision here that by default, within 30 days of termination, this termination date up here, that if the buyer does in fact move forward with a transaction on a property that you showed that buyer, that you're due the commission, you can even extend this to 90 days. That's probably what I would do. Dispute resolution verbiage, always good. Mediation clause, arbitration clause, highly recommend initialing here, although it's optional. But it just means that both parties go to arbitration rather than escalating it to litigation, which is more expensive and more of a hassle. The buyer is going to sign, the broker is going to sign, and when that's signed, this simple 2-page document is going to protect you, the buyer's agent, to make sure that that buyer is committed and loyal to you and that you're compensated for all your work and effort. Thanks for watching.